What words of wisdom can I pass along to all of you? You've heard it all before, I'm sure. I'll be saying nothing new. Oh, set clear boundaries with your church. Please make them understand. The work of RIM is forming you, fulfilling God's good plan. Treasure your family and your friends. Be sure to give them time. Trust God with all that pulls on you, and your life will be sublime. Please practice Sabbath every week, or burned out you'll become. Remember who you are in Christ, so you can love everyone. Make time for fun, for laughter too, whatever brings you joy. Make music, dance, and sing always. In the gifts of God delight. Oh, RIM forms friendships that will be a source of strength for you. With them you'll rant and cry and laugh. They'll be always there for you. This too shall pass, so persevere. Your time is coming soon. You've got this, friends, and when you're down, speak the truth that God's got you.
I guess my advice would be to always be willing to ask for help. It's kind of hard to at times because we don't really want to inconvenience people or be seen as not knowing what we're doing. But the simple matter is almost everything we're doing, someone else has already done before. There's advice out there. There are experts out there, people who've done the ministries and the missions you've done, or at least close to, and they're willing to talk to you and willing to help you. And there's lay people in your community, in your church, who are willing to help and have gifts that you don't have. And they can help make the ministries and the missions of your church thrive. It's not all on you. There's a community out there you can get help from. So that's my advice. Be willing to ask for help.
Hi, my name is Deb Moore Harden from Terre Haute. My advice to you is to take full advantage of the RIM retreats and also to be willing to ask for help from elders to proofread your paperwork and do mock interviews. Best wishes to you as you begin your RIM process.
Good afternoon. I'm Clint Fink. I'm one of the ordinands scheduled to be ordained this summer. I wanted to let you all know that my encouraging word for you is to spend your time in RIM renewing your call or examining your call. Stay strong in the faith of that call and don't be discouraged in God's time. All things will happen. And so be strong in your faith and be strong in your call. Use this time to examine that call and refine it, define it, and make it your own. Thank you.
There's so much I thought I could tell you about RIM, so I had to whittle it down to a list of 100 and then a list of 3. Number 1, be present for worship, not as a critic or a theologian. You'll have plenty of time to prepare, to be a critic, to be a theologian. This is precious time to just be still and be present in worship. Number 2, you are special. Your calling is special. Your gifts are unique. Some of the sessions will really resonate with who you are and your calling. Others won't, but they might resonate with someone else. You shouldn't try to fit in. Neither should they. You need to be who you are. Lastly, offer feedback and start with gratitude, because the people who are facilitating are giving of their time, and it's not just extra time they have sitting around. And yeah, offer the constructive things too, but be graceful about it, because we just want this process to be better, to help us all be fruitful. Thank you that you've received this call and that you're doing this. I'm thankful to have you as a colleague.
Greetings, friends. The advice I share with you today is pretty simple. Don't ever give up. There's going to be days in this process, maybe even more than just a few days, when you're frustrated or overwhelmed, maybe when you feel like you're misunderstood, or just like that it's time to give up. And I'd say in those days, in those times, reach out to your friends and to your mentors, to your covenant group, and lean hard onto your faith, as you were called and you're here for a reason. And so don't ever let any of those other things turn you aside. I pray that God blesses you in this most unusual time, and thank you for letting me walk with you for part of your journey. God bless.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Lewis, and I am blessed to be one of this year's 2020 ordinands. And I was asked to give some advice, and so here it goes. Laugh. Laugh as often as you can for no reason whatsoever. Laugh at a bad dad joke. Laugh at a second grader's knock-knock joke. Laugh. Sometimes life is weird and you just gotta laugh. The next thing I'd highly recommend is tears. Yes, tears of joy or tears of sorrow. But crying, oh my goodness. Sometimes that crying, those tears are so cathartic, it's just a wonderful release. And while I don't know everyone watching, I am certain that everyone has at least one person, probably more than that, who would appreciate hearing from you that you love them and care about them. Do not wait to tell someone that you love them. No one knows what tomorrow will bring. Tell somebody today how much you care about them. You won't regret it. And my last bit of advice is to pray. Do not let your prayer life get pushed to the side when times get busy. That's how you made it this far, is you've been talking to Jesus. Keep talking to Jesus. So that's my advice. Laugh, cry, love, and pray. Not necessarily in that order, and then repeat. Keep doing it. Thank you. Have a blessed day.
The thing I want to say, the advice I want to give, is boundaries. Figure out who the people are in your life that are not church people, and the activities in your life that are not church activities that give you hope and joy and fulfillment, and protect those really hard. Get used to saying no, and in fact, learn to enjoy saying no, so that the people and relationships and activities that you care about the most and that bring you the hope and the joy and the peace, that those things are protected always, no matter what.
Hi, Room Retreat. I so wish that I could be with all of you physically, welcome all of the new track ones to this crazy, exciting, terrifying process that you're starting. My piece of advice, now that I'm at the end of the process, is mostly for the people who our conference refers to as young adults. When I started RIM, I was 23. I just graduated from seminary, And I kind of felt like I had to apologize for that. Like I didn't know enough or I didn't have enough experience, that I wasn't ready for ministry. Of course, no one's ever really ready for ministry, but I think you know what I mean. And so, what I would encourage you to do is trust yourself, trust your voice, trust your instincts. You have the same education as anybody else in ministry, in this conference. You have life experiences that no one else has had. You have gifts that God has given you that are exactly what God apparently thinks you need to be equipped. If God wanted to call somebody else, God would have. God called you, and you don't need to apologize or hold back just because you're young. Go out there and rock it, and you'll make mistakes, but so does everybody else, and you have something to offer.
Hey folks, this is Trenton Presoff, and I'm coming to you from Baltimore, Maryland. And my advice to those of you who are pursuing ordained ministry is to know what's most important to you. Remember your call to ministry. Remember those experiences that have shaped and inspired your pursuit of ordained ministry and church ministry in the first place. Because there are going to be so many people who try to tell you what it means to be an elder. There are going to be so many people who try to define for you what your role in ministry and in the church ought to be. There are going to be so many people who try to define for you what the pathway toward ministry or what the journey of ministry is supposed to look like. And what this quarantine has really, truly revealed in so many things is that none of us know anything about what we're doing. But what we all have are the things that are most important to us, the character and the qualities and the experiences that have shaped who we are and that drive us and inspire us and motivate us into what we're called to do, into our future. So remember those things and let those guide you when you have hurdles and obstacles and quarantines. God bless in all that you do, and I'll see you whenever we gather next. Take care.
I remember at my first RIM retreat 3 years ago, hearing ordinands for that year saying, make the most of this time because at the end of it, you're going to miss it. And I remember thinking that is the most ridiculous thing ever because it is mandatory meetings for 3 years. And here we are at the very end, and I have to say that that is advice that I wish I would have taken. I am going to miss this process. I didn't grow up Methodist. I didn't begin ministry in the Methodist Church. And so one of the blessings that I have found in Methodism is our connection. I'm not an expert at everything, but I'll tell you what, the friends that I have made through the RIM process and the connections that I've made from people who've presented to us have shown me that it does take a village. It takes a village, and I have so many connections that I have made, so many friends that I have made through this process that are experts at the things that I'm not good at. And I've learned that the friends that I've made, the colleagues that I have partnered with over the last 3 years will be people that I can depend on for the rest of my ministry. They're friends that I am proud to be in ministry with. And they're people that I know that I can call at a moment's notice and ask for help and ask for advice and ask for clarity on something that I don't understand. And so my advice for you as you are coming into this process is to make the most of it, because you really will miss it. It doesn't seem like it right now, but in 2 or 3 years, you're going to realize that this time is precious, and this time with your covenant groups is precious. So spend time in the evenings. Go out and grab a bite to eat or a drink with people from the process, because they're going to be the people that you are in ministry with for the rest of your career. Friends, blessings on this process. Enjoy it. Make the most of it.